First, I was told that it's okay that I could say that someone's interested in doing a TV show that I might be a part of. It has nothing to do with wrestling, but frankly, it has more to do with what I've been posting, these videos on YouTube. So I was told that I could mention that, and I can keep you informed. Now, I got something to say about this Legends of the Ring. I seen on some comments, I dismissed it at first, but I seen on some comments that apparently someone thinks that I committed to a convention, May 3rd, 9 a.m., Radisson Hotel in Carteret, New Jersey. So I Googled the information, and I see that this guy has a website, and he puts an old picture of me above this guy Gilbert, who was a goof in the business. And he has my old wrestling name next to this goof, Gilbert. Well, I don't know what kind of a joke this is, but frankly, I don't find it amusing. This thing's supposed to happen on May 3rd. That's 4 months from now. Who the knows what I'm doing 4 months from now? And then I read in there that one of the previous guests was JJ punk-ass Dillon. Let me tell you something about this guy JJ. He was an agent when I was hired with the WWF. So when I walked away from it, I figured, well, you know what? Let me finish up with wrestling. I'll do some independent stuff. And I was trying to use a different gimmick and a different name, but of course the promoters who hired me, they wanted to use the Damien Demento name. Out of the blue, I get a phone call from this bitch Dylan saying that, hey, we got some lawyers here. I'm over there making a couple of $100, and this bitch Dylan calls me up and says that, we could sue you. So you know what? I don't want nothing to do that has any remote association with JJ punk-ass Dillon and the WWF. They're a bunch of bitches. And let me tell you something. If I do happen to show up 9 a.m. May 3rd at Carteret, New Jersey, I'm going to find out who's running this convention, who put my picture up, and I'm going to grab him by the collar and kick his motherfucking ass. Well. Apparently, I can't get one of these badass wrestlers to step in the ring with me. What have I been saying all along? That today's spoiled, pampered wrestlers, they've been faking it so long, they forget what it is to maybe get into a real fight. The unpredictable one, he calls me up last night and he says, Mondo, all the midgets are scared. They think you really lost it, and you might hurt them for real. So they don't want to wrestle me. Bunch of punk-ass bitches. Well, if they're not going to do it for honor, maybe they'll do it for money. I'm willing to put up $600 of my own money to any midget out there who wants to step in the ring with me for 3 minutes. Now, I got something to say to that tall, goofy, punk-ass bitch Stern. When I say you pooped your pants, you pooped your pants. And I'm gonna prove it. On January 1st, I put out my 10 predictions for 2008. And just as a reminder, one of them was this.
Can scientists build a hybrid man?
Now, if you go to the Drudge Report today, you're gonna see that there's a link to an article stating exactly that scientists are on the verge of creating a hybrid man. That validates me. Now, I got something to say to you, bitch. Move your curls aside and put your ear right up against the computer speaker, because I want you to hear this loud and clear. You, Howard Stern, if you don't admit that you pooped your pants, you're nothing but a mother liar. Besides being a creep, that's right, you're a liar. Besides being an exploiter, you're a liar. And besides being one ugly mother, you're a liar. Alright, I'm going to address some email I've been getting. Because there's a lot of wrestling fans who think they know my career better than I know myself. It took me 3.5 years to finally get hired by the WWF. But if you remember, morons, it was during that time the business was under federal investigation for steroid distribution. So we had to take these stupid, humiliating piss tests all the time. I just finished working a matinee match in New Jersey. So these quasi doctors come around and they want to go to the next town. So they're trying to tell me to hurry up and take my test. And when you take the test, you got to have one of these punk ass bitches watch you piss into a cup. Well, I told them I just took a leak before my match because I wasn't going to take bumps with a full bladder, and they're going to have to wait. So this little stupid referee, I forget his name, I wanted a bitch slap the little punk. He was a little old guy who wore granny glasses. He goes, I just talked to Pat. And if you don't take your test, these doctors want to go to the next town. You don't take your test right now, you're gonna be suspended. Might as well just go home. Little bitch. So I'm over there holding a cup and I'm straining so hard because I figure, my job's on the line. Blood comes out. And I'm like, this. I'm not gonna go bust a kidney. Gotta take this mother test because McMahon wants to look like an angel. I never really did love the business. And after going through garbage like that, I tell you what, yeah, I went through the motions. I just stuck around for the money. And it was during that time, the business, it was so bad, they went to a supercard. That means there was only one show a night. So I'm not on the road. Well, of course, when I come in to do TV, they're not going to have me win. You stupid mother idiots who think you know the whole business. Yeah, I was a loser, I was a jobber. So I walked away. And like I said before, I walked away with my dignity, with my reputation, and with my integrity. Yeah, and I'm looking at the motherfucking camera. First of all, I got something to say to all you little punks out there who are leaving, really filthy, disgusting, hateful comments about my videos. You know what? Oh, by the way, I'm in the middle of doing a painting. You know what? I really don't mind too much. It takes time to watch the video. It takes time to type out all those curse words, how you hate me so much, and all the names you call me. So, to show my appreciation, we're going to have a contest. That's right, a contest. And it's going to be a poetry contest. And that's right, tough guys write poetry. Now, I know a lot of you guys are primarily wrestling fans, and I did want the poem to be about me, but since you're primarily wrestling fans, what I want you to do is write a poem about Vince McMahon. Good or bad, doesn't matter. Although I would prefer bad because I hate the son of a bitch. So write a poem about him, no cuss words, and submit it. You have today, which is Saturday the 5th. You have today, tomorrow, to submit the poem. Email it. Don't post it. I want you to email it. And if you want, you can put your first name on it or whatever. If you just want to leave your account name, that's cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my alter ego, the Demented One, the guy doing black and white with all the special effects. I'll have him recite it. And then this way you could have that and save it and do whatever you want to do with it. I really don't care. So again, you have till today and tomorrow to submit a poem about Vince McMahon. And then I'll make mention. I'll give props to what I think are the top 3 poems, and of course I'll do the video reciting it. Good luck. You want to know why I'm coming back to professional wrestling? In part, it has to do with watching that stupid American Idol show last night. It's all fake, all a bunch of phonies. Nothing's real. But I'll tell you what's real: the rage and anger and bitterness I have inside. And that's what professional wrestling doesn't have right now. You got a bunch of young pampered kids out there faking it. Now, I'm not a young guy, so I've been going back to Gleason's gym and kind of working off some of the rust. I've been throwing the heavy bag, and let me tell you something, I'm throwing it like I never threw it before. Locking up. I took a bump, and now I'm ready to get back in the ring and kick some ass. So if there's a promoter out there who's listening to this and you want to book the Demented One, you know how to get in touch with me. Except the thing is, I'm only working against midgets or dwarfs. And they're going to job for me. I'm going to kick their little ass for 2.5 minutes and pin them right in the middle of the ring. Because I don't lose anymore. I'm going to go out a winner this time. My career was stolen and taken away from me 15 years ago. Now I'm going to make a comeback. And I'm going to leave victorious. Because I'm a winner. And I know how to win. All you have to do is write in the YouTube search engine, type in wrestling bloopers. And you're going to see the guys out there taking stupid, ridiculous, dangerous bumps, guys landing on their head, smashing into tables, taking bumps way too dangerous, and someone's going to get seriously hurt. If it hasn't already happened, someone's going to die. That's what I say. And McMahon, you're the guy who runs wrestling. I would put an end to it. Put a ban to it. That's going to take balls, big balls. Everyone talks about how steroids is dangerous, you know. But steroids, everyone's taking them. That's what it comes down to. And you can't unring a bell. They got new design of steroids that the current tests don't detect. You got human growth hormone that they don't even have a test for that. So... And frankly, wrestling's fake, and I want to see a freak show. I don't want to see a 190-pound guy or a 210-pound guy. I want to see a freak out there. That's what it's all about. So this is what you should do. If you want to do the right thing for wrestling, don't worry about steroids. Frankly, I'm going to be 50 years old pretty soon, and if I can get a hold of them, I would take them, because I'm competing against young guys out there, whether, you know, in the construction field. And if it means that I'm more physically capable of going out there and giving a good day's work, and that means I'm going to make money and put food on the table for my family, well, damn it, you know I'm going to take steroids, because it would help me. So don't worry about all that politically corrupt crap. So I would do this. Develop better personalities, right? And then and better characters and better storylines, and bring back baby faces and heels. That's what the business doesn't have now, because everybody wants to go out there and get have the crowd cheer for them and sell memorabilia and garbage. Bring back some heels that get heat with the crowd. That's the old school stuff, and that's the best thing you're going to do for the wrestlers. Stop them. They're too desperate for fame and money. Stop them from taking ridiculous bumps before they start really, really getting hurt bad. That move is going to take a lot of balls.
I just got back from the hospital. And my daughter Dee Dee is in a coma. I know these past 12 hours have been a real roller coaster ride. And I want to thank you for sending me emails supporting me during this difficult time. A lot of you know that I've been going through some financial hardships, and I've barely been able to put food on the table. So I didn't know any better, but I had some of this old Ica Pro protein supplement stuff that the WWF used to give us 15 years ago, and that's what I've been feeding my family. I didn't realize it would go bad. Anyway, Dee Dee, the trooper that she is, she wanted to help out the family, so she was dancing in this new club called Barely Legal in Queens, and she performed for 43 hours straight, non-stop. She was just trying to help out the family. Anyway, with all the protein in her system, she goes into ketosis and becomes lightheaded, and she hits her head on a pole. From what I understand, there was like 24, 25 patrons in there, and they did whatever they could do to her to resuscitate her. And I truly believe they kept her alive, and I'm grateful. I'd just like to ask everybody, tonight before you go to sleep, just say a little prayer for Dee Dee and hope she gets better. Because every one of those men at Barely Legal, they told me that they'll say a prayer for her because they want her to get better too. They're good people. Good people. So I promised to throw out all that old Ica Pro stuff. It was a bad choice. And like I said, just say a prayer tonight for Dee Dee. I don't know what I'd do without her. Oh yeah, and I'm to the club owner at Barely Legal. I'm coming by tonight to pick up Dee Dee's tips. I just want to thank everybody for sending me heartfelt emails commiserating my loss. And I'll be honest with you, I lost it for a while. I was, and still am, truly, truly devastated. I don't think there's anything worse than, well, you know. So I wrote a little poem. It kind of helped me get through this very difficult time, and I just want to share it with you. My little Dee Dee is in a better place, yet a selfish side still wants to touch her face. A beautiful life whose life slipped away. But I know her innocent spirit is still at play. No more artful performance tips. No more sparkled hair, red gloss lips. No more loud banging music ache. No more realistic orgasm fake. No more buying everything with dollar bills. No more ephedrine, caffeine, or diet pills. No more G-strings, pasties, F-me heels. No more overtime, after hours, $10 feels. So when I look up at the heavenly clouds, I know she's home. She was taken away from me by that 15-year-old Ica Pro. Anyway, I had my Dee Dee cremated, and they're only in here temporarily. I ordered a nice, beautiful bronze urn online, and I'm going to transfer her ashes when that urn comes in. I better label this. Anyway, again, I'd like to thank everybody for your emails, and let's get through this difficult time together, okay?
My naive little children who listen to me, sitting at your computer seats. Why do you believe in me? You watch, react, and yet claim to hate me. So let's share the truth. Compelled we both be. My existence and your hate. Brothers are we. So if it's the truth you seek, then come and see me.
This is a quick little message for those marks that keep on following me around. Listen, assholes. Go to some other wrestler's website and suck on their jockstrap, because I'm not talking about wrestling here anymore. This is going to be theater of the mind. For the past 5 years, I've studied the occult, and I'm going to be making some predictions in poetry form, and maybe even showing some of my artwork, and I think that's a little too cerebral for you punks. So just leave me the mother alone. Beat it. Bunch of dicks. All right, I'd just like to say first that I talked to the doctors this morning, and he told me that my little baby Dee Dee, she's doing okay, she's stabilizing. Regardless, I still have to set up a tribute video in case she kicks the bucket. I don't think that it's morbid. It's just that when you're on the cutting edge of things, you got to be prepared for everything. Now, there's something else I want to say. I took on Vince McMahon, and I won. I took on Howard Stern in the pornography industry, and I won. And now if I have to, I'm going to take on YouTube itself. I coined this phrase. First, there was Cubism, then Surrealism, Impressionism, and now there's For Realism, and that's me, For Realism. Every morning I gotta get up and go to my page and block and delete the YouTube drama crap. So I get an email this morning saying that I'm featured. They put my video on their page. I have nothing to do with drama. I'm for realism. So I'm gonna say this, YouTube drama. Take down my video. I repeat. Take down my video now. I will not stand for anybody stealing my image, replicating it, promoting it, and who knows else what they're doing with it. There's some strange people out there. I suspect the way I defeated McMahon and Stern and the pornographic industry, that I will be victorious against YouTube drama. So it is said. So it is written. And so it will be done. Today. All right, I got a meeting tomorrow in Manhattan about the possibility of doing this TV reality show called The House of the Disgruntled Ones. And it sounds kind of interesting. The premise is to get together a bunch of ex-professional wrestlers who are just pissed off about the business. The normal shenanigans are going to go on, but it's going to allow us an opportunity to talk about and discuss what we think of current-day professional wrestling. And this has to tie in a little bit with this guy, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, he's a professional wrestler who has a mixed martial arts pay-per-view this weekend, and I think I'm going to watch it, only because I'm going to support him. And the reason why is because, from what I understand, that he was a legitimate amateur wrestler. He also had a professional football tryout. So I could only think that he is a real tough guy. And I could only think that a lot of these pansies that are in the business today, who don't have a resume, who don't have a background in anything, in any tough legitimate sport, they're probably crapping in their pants. Because now this guy's going to go out there and participate in a real sport. You see this face? See? Yeah. I got more muscles and scars in my face than a lot of these punk bitches out there. And that includes, unfortunately, some of the guys I broke into business with. Yeah, you got guys going out there acting like they're Italian tough guys. Meanwhile, I was the one on Staten Island actually working with those guys. Or you got guys out there, over there, they let themselves get hit with chairs and they're cutting themselves, bleeding all over the place. Well, look at this face. Look. Huh? I never cut myself. But that don't mean I don't have scars and legitimate injuries, and I've been hitting my face with a lot more than just chairs. Bunch of fake bitches. Now I got something to say about my front YouTube page. You see in my favorites? You see that the picture of that young kid out there? He's a fan of mine. He did a parody of me. It's kind of cute. But every morning I got to get up and block and delete disgusting images left by pornographic mother. So stop it. You're subjecting young kids to that crap, you idiots. I know I could disable it, but there's also talented people out there who are doing parodies of me, and I want to leave that up there for an opportunity for people to link and see what else they're doing. So I don't want to disable it. So just stop it. You're subjecting your garbage to young kids, and that's immoral. Stupid Oh, so out of the blue, I get a phone call last night from actually a guy I broke into business with. He asked me not to tell his name, so I'm not going to tell it. And he says, "Yo, dude, I've been watching your videos. What's the matter? You're freaking out? Let's go out and have a couple of beers. You got to relax." So I meet him up in a club in Brooklyn, and lo and behold, who's there? It's an old big-time wrestling fan I used to know. And I'm like, "Hey, what's happening? What are you doing here?" And she's been watching my videos too, and she goes, "Hey, dude, you're freaking out. What's the matter with you?" And but she knew what my problem was. She knew I was all stressed and backed up. So she said she was going to take care of me. She's not a spring chicken anymore. But hey, by 2:30, she looked pretty good. And she took care of me. I'll be forever grateful. And it was like good old school stuff. I don't want to go into detail, but during our most intimate moments, I go because she likes it rough, so bam, I slap her in the face, and then she gives me a look like, I'm like, "What's the matter? I hit you too hard?" And she goes, "No, why'd you stop?" You see, I don't know what these kids are doing today, but I mean, just good old-fashioned traditional intimacy. I mean, that's what I needed. And I tell you, soon afterwards, I mean, it was like the weight of the world came off my shoulders. I mean, I was like, whew, I needed that. And being that she's like a big-time wrestling fan, she carries around wrestling magazines, and she goes, "Hey, look at this magazine. The WWE, they're not making fun of you. I mean, it's like comedy. They're goofing on everybody. Don't take it personal." And I'm rummaging through the pages, and I'm like, you're right. When you get backed up like that, your emotions are ups and down, the topsy-turvy. One moment you're crying, the next moment you're like angry and all bitter. And I tell you, I woke up this morning, it's like I turned a new leaf. I'm a new man. I mean, the sky's blue, little birds are singing. I mean, I'm just a happy guy. I'm not bitter anymore. And I just want to put up my apologies out to anybody who I disparaged, anybody who I said bad things about. It wasn't my fault. I was just all backed up. And that's a lesson to you young kids out there. Don't bottle in all those emotions. You gotta let it out once in a while. So I tell you what, I'm in such a good mood. I feel like listening to a little bit of happy music. You want to do that? Just me and you. We'll listen to some happy music, because I'm like a different person. I mean, I'm not bitter and angry anymore. So. All right, let me see. This is a good song. Here, check this song out, and let's just sit down and listen to some happy music and relax. Life is too short. Okay?
62 years old, chaos and tyranny overcome the whole limo explosion. Hype up the SmackDown Raw. ECW. Roll on the autobiography. Self-serving, always buying souls. He's evil. More lies disguised as truth. Like the grimace.
want to know why I'm a role model? You want to know why every parent in America should want their children to grow up to be like me? Yeah, I'm angry again. I prefer it to be that way. Every kid should grow up to be like me. Because I have integrity. You're not going to see me to put a dress on just to keep a job. No, I'll walk away from it. That's integrity. You're not going to see me compromise my sexuality to keep a job. That's integrity. You're not going to see me make a fool out of myself just to keep a job. That's integrity. And I'm going to say the things that nobody else says. I'm going to speak the truth. And I got something to say about the internet in general. All these haters out there. And a lot of these people that are saying, I'm just doing these videos to get attention. Well, you know what the secret is? You know these haters out there? These folks, these punks, these kids, these scumbags that have been leaving all these cuss words and stuff on my comments. You know, leaving them bad comments saying things about me. You know what the truth is? Secretly, they've been emailing me. And they're saying, hey, could you mention my name? Aren't they little punk-ass bitches? They're acting like haters, but they're just little kids looking for attention. That's the truth. So when you see these guys leaving comments, you don't have to tell them, hey, you know, don't say that. You know, you don't know what you're talking about. Just remember, they're little bitches. Because they're secretly emailing me, asking me to mention their name, saying, "Hey, you know, you mentioned my name, and you could say that I'm getting you pissed off." No, I laugh at you. I laugh at you, and I laugh at the fool parents you had, the idiot mothers and fathers who raised little punk-ass bitches like you. Now, not everybody may agree with everything I say. That's okay. I think you ought to agree with about 99% of it. Not all of it, but primarily most of it. Because don't listen to how I say it. Listen to what I say. The internet is filled with a bunch of perverts and a bunch of little coward weasels. They call themselves haters, but they're not. They're just little pussies looking for attention. I said it. And remember, it's the truth. And every one of you kids, you should want to grow up and be just like me.